Hi everybody, this is Knock.
And Wave.
And we'd like to give a special shout out to Emily from the Classy Little Podcast and say thank you for all the hard work that you put into helping us get onto iTunes.
You are a lifesaver. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. We owe you.
And now, on with the show.
Ah, crap.
Essentially, yeah. And then I don't get any more betas because he just gives them to me.
Right.
Yeah, that was unfortunate.
That's too bad.
Was the Uncharted beta good though?
Yeah, the Uncharted beta was good.
It's hard to do multiplayer.
It's very hard to do multiplayer.
In any game.
I think, anyway.
People are just
douches.
Yeah.
Like instant douches. Right on opening hour.
If they've been playing first-person shooters all their life,
Yeah.
You basically pick it up. There's a small learning curve, and then you're a pro.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people had issues with the Battlefront, the Star Wars Battlefront, because it's too easy to pick up and play.
Real-world days to ride.
Kind of the point, though. You want it to be easy to pick up and play.
That's dedication.
Yeah.
It's Star Wars. You want.
I didn't even realize Roller Coaster
inclusive.
Tycoon was still a thing.
All ages.
It's big money maker.
All skills.
Exactly. You want people to just jump in and play. Sorry that you're going to get freaking owned by a noob, quote unquote. Yeah. But if you want a more bubbled first-person experience shooter or first-person shooter experience, then play Call of Duty or Battlefield.
Right.
Don't go to something like Star Wars, which is clearly going to be everyone can just play it.
That was also a thing about too the Uncharted beta is like I know that's just to supplement the main story game.
Yeah.
So it's not like
it's not something
a main feature.
Yeah.
So
it's not something that you're gonna like. If you don't play the multiplayer,
Right.
you're gonna miss out on huge chunks of what Uncharted is.
Right.
Which is good that they have that option, because I know there are some games that do that where their multiplayer angle is also like a major part of the game.
Right.
And if you don't play it, you kind of miss out.
Right.
Which is shitty because not everybody wants to play that multiplayer part.
Hi.
Right. I mean, I'm
online multiplayer.
90% a single player gamer.
Yeah.
Like, I just
I'm about 98%.
Yeah. I'll play like Battlefront here and there, or something along those lines. But
I will play online only with people I know / people that are recommended to me by people I know.
Yeah.
Like some of my friends that do play online, they're like, yeah, this guy's cool. We can play together, and
Exactly.
It's like
exactly. I would play with you guys.
Yeah.
That's probably it.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing. Like, I don't want some 14-year-old screaming obscenities in my ear because I missed a shot.
Yeah.
Like, why don't you shoot that zombie? You fucking
That's one thing I will. This is a double-edged sword, I guess. In Battlefront, Star Wars Battlefront, there's no mics, so you can't hear people talking.
Yeah.
Which is good. Because you don't have to deal with a 12-year-old going, or some 38-year-old going, oh, what the hell? These 12-year-olds are kicking my ass.
Yeah.
But a lot of the multiplayer modes, I guess you could say, kind of hinge on teamwork.
Yeah.
Like Walker Assault, where you have to coordinate your team to take down walkers.
Mm-hmm. How do you do that without a mic?
Right, so it's this double-edged sword where you can't coordinate that. So sometimes if you get into a server with a bunch of people who don't read the rules and are just there to fuck around and shoot everybody, your team's gonna go out in an instant because you're not coordinated. And and the other team, if they are coordinated, you're fucked.
Yeah.
You're screwed, which has happened quite frequently.
Right.
See, the only multiplayer that I ever did was the original Halo on the original Xbox.
Yeah.
And that was with a group of people in one room. I've never actually played multiplayer online.
Right.
I'm strictly solo shooter platformer.
I miss the days where what's now referred to as couch co-op.
Yeah.
Where you could literally sit in the same
room. Play.
Yeah, exactly. Those days are quickly disappearing.
Well, no, because they want you to have bought 2 systems, 2 controllers, 2 copies of the game.
Yep.
Like, that's why I was kind of happy when I saw there's one of the new Zelda games that has it's the 4 links. It's another game of the 4 links.
Yeah, I saw that.
Only one person in the room needs to have bought it.
That's cool.
That's really cool.
Yeah, through download play. Now, granted, once that person leaves with the game, the other 3 can't play.
Right.
But so long as one person in the 4 has the game, you can play the co-op.
That's a smart way to do it.
All your roommates, buddy.
Yeah.
Also, as part of a charity stunt to protest Black Friday, Cards Against Humanity got 30,000 people to buy actual bullshit in a box.
Yeah, $5 for nothing.
They made it clear that they were selling literal feces from a literal bowl, but still sold out. Their cow poop profits were donated to help end hunger and poverty.
Nice. I saw that on Black Friday they were charging $5 for shit in a bowl.
Yeah.
I should probably check that Cards Against Humanity box that my wife bought.
Yeah, you might want to see what's in there.
She bought an expansion pack.
Is it the bigger, blacker expansion?
Or the Big
no.
Black expansion.
I don't know. I think it was like first expansion.
Okay, yeah, because there is that first expansion.
Which, by the way, in the Big Black expansion, there is the card, the Big Black Dick. In the Bigger Blacker
right?
expansion, there is the Bigger Blacker box. There's the Bigger Blacker Dick.
Even bigger, even blacker.
Yeah, that's the next one. They just kept going on with it.
And the only way to get these cards is to like cut the top of the box open. It's like hidden inside the actual top of it. Yeah.
Also,
Weird.
with Dick ways that games have, we should have been recording this whole thing. Anyways, are we?
I think we are. Yeah.
We've been recording. We haven't done the introduction yet.
That's okay. You can answer.
Anyways, so right up there with the whole like Dick thing with sealed game cards.
Oh yeah.
Munchkin has a package you could buy called like the Invisible Friends or something like that. And what is it's a blister pack, and you can see the shapes where where figures would have been, and like you can actually make out some details on them, but there's nothing in there except 2 cards. So long as this remains unopened, it counts in the game as a like +2 equipment that can't be destroyed, can't be removed. Like it is always there.
That's crazy.
At any point during the game, you can rip this open and get the cards inside.
Yeah.
But you'll lose that benefit forever.
Wow.
Because the package will have been opened. But you can also sign those cards, and whenever you play with a card you have signed, you double the effect of it.
Nice. I can see where people would love and hate that at the same time.
Yeah, because it's that like, oh, here's a really cool like +2 bonus, but I want the cards.
But I want the cards inside it. Yeah, double-edged sword for sure.
And then
It's clever stuff, though. It's clever ways to I hate to use the word ploy, but kind of. They're trying to pull people in, and I think that's inventive ways to do it, especially with people not doing card games or even just board games in general.
Hello, Team Rocket.
Hell Rocket.
Meowth, yeah, I know, he's the best one.
Yeah, totally.
James, man.
Oh yeah, James, yeah.
That was more about Butch. Let's be honest. Giovanni he's a gill.
That's just the Italian blood in you.
Dude, if you see him doing like shirtless chin-ups, he did it on the show.
He did do that.
There's a surprising amount of like.
I'm sure there's a Tumblr
sexualized
account.
Giovanni in that show.
I'm sure there's a Tumblr account dedicated to shirtless Giovanni.
Give me a sec, I'm looking.
Oh boy.
That's gonna happen.
Anyway.
Yeah. So I miss the days
gaming.
of just couch co-op and it's definitely going away the dodo. Now that's not to say that every game has abandoned it. There's still a few gems that do.
Well, Nintendo still keeps it up with
Nintendo
the party games, the Mario Kart and Super Mario World.
That's a good way. Yeah, Nintendo are all about party games. That's right. So they kind of like I downloaded a new Godzilla game, which basically gives you the 22 different kaiju, all from Toho, and they drop you in a cityscape, and it's like a battle arena. You just fight, and you can destroy buildings, and you fight the other kaiju. You think you could play it in the same room as your friend? Of course fucking not.
Wow.
They have no couch co-op in this Godzilla battle arena, and it makes no sense.
I want to fight my friend.
Well, right, I want to invite my friends over, and let's all get dropped into a cityscape, and let's just destroy it.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And that doesn't even need to be split screen. You could just make borders so you can't go any further unless the other character moves. But yeah, they don't even have that, and that's a game that's like really niche, and I mean it's not really great. I bought it for $10, which I think is about as much as it's worth.
Yeah.
But still,
yeah, and so you've had this niche game. It's not really worth the $60. Nobody's online playing it. So me inviting my friends over to Battle Royale is like the only way you're going to get multiplayer in this.
And it would so much enhance the experience.
Well, yeah.
For a mediocre game.
Right. Just having that dynamic of being in a room with your buddies,
Right.
just tearing shit up as Godzilla and friends. That's appealing to so many people.
Yeah.
And they're just denying it. And then you got game developer or game studios. I'm sorry, not developers. Studios. I can't remember who it was. It might have been the president of EA Games. No. It was the president of Activision. And he came out like last year and said, "Oh, well, single-player gaming is dead, and we are no longer going to be focused on single-player gaming." And you can already start to see the effects.
It's dead because you shot it in the head.
Yeah, it's like first of all,
multiple times.
Yeah, it's like it's only dead, quote unquote, because you guys aren't making the games.
Right.
Yeah.
There's still tons of single-player people out there that want that.
Well,
like us here, we don't. We're not chomping at the bit for multiplayer. We're chomping at the bit for good stories and fun games.
right. Yeah. Do you know how many times I run into somebody and like the only game that we play in common is Halo,
Right.
and I'll start talking about Halo. I'm like, "Oh yeah, it was really cool in the campaign." They're like, "Yeah, I've never played the campaign."
Yeah, it's
But this is the attitude that's being fostered though of the campaign doesn't matter because we have multiplayer.
Yeah.
And like right down to shit like Space Marine,
Mm-hmm.
the game Space Marine, which as far as I've gotten, which I think is just over halfway,
Yeah.
it was a lot of fun. I have the super awesome special pack that has all the DLC custom skins and stuff. Nothing is usable in the main game.
Of course, they're all multiplayer perks, right?
And it's all cosmetic stuff. I mean, so on the one hand, okay, it doesn't fully matter because hey, I can still play.
Yeah.
And it's not like I'm losing out on, it's not like, oh cool, I would get a las cannon otherwise.
Yeah.
Actually, I think a las cannon is in the game. But at the same time, hey, I want to run around as a blood angel or a salamander.
Fun, yeah.
I want a golden chain sword as I'm ripping it through an orc's intestines.
Yeah, it adds that extra layer of playability, replayability even. Oh, I played it through as this one character or this one design. Instead of just going through the same motions, you can go, oh, I'm going to play it again, but now I'm going to look this way.
Right.
Like Uncharted, this goes back to an episode we did, I think over the summer about like DLC and pre-release. Like Uncharted 4, all their perks and stuff for pre-ordering the game are all multiplayer.
Yeah.
Like none of it goes into the actual game itself.
Right.
Yeah.
It's like where's the incentive for people like us to buy that?
Well, that's one thing I love about with the Saints Row series. They've had their multiplayer, but every single awesome thing that they put out is usable in whatever.
Right.
Yeah.
That's how it should be. Then you got people complaining like Battlefront doesn't have a story mode. Mm-hmm. And so you got people going, oh, what the hell? This doesn't have a story mode. This is garbage. It's like, I understand that complaint, but games like that, the whole point is multiplayer. The whole point is you're getting tossed into a battle with 40 other people from all over the world, Yeah. That's kind of the point of that game. Would I have loved a single-player campaign? Oh, hell yeah. It would just, that means I'll be playing it 2 months instead of just a month.
Yeah, I guess what it comes down to is I wish I had the choice.
That's,
Because Titanfall's another one where I'm told it doesn't have a story mode.
Oh, yeah.
It's basically multiplayer online.
You just
And I'm
drop
like,
it, drop out.
Yeah, but it looks so cool, and from my hear, gameplay is really good.
It's like, why not have that extra option of, okay, you've got really cool designs, you've got cool character looks, you've got cool gameplay.
Yeah.
Why not craft something more profound than just a battle arena?
Right. Exactly. I'm like, and it would be easy.
Mm-hmm.
But like you say, a single player is dead, and I'm like, well.
Well, yeah, and it's like it's dead because the developers and studios just don't want to pour money into doing that. Especially as games, as we move into the future, where games are becoming $1 million, ventures.
Right.
Mm-hmm. I mean, Uncharted alone is like, I think they've spent like $200 million on the third one.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean,
that's a movie budget.
Yeah,
I mean,
these games are getting movie level budgets.
Wow.
But if you look at the graphics and look at the gameplay and the storyline and everything, it pretty much is an interactive movie.
Yeah.
But I'm sure probably a lot of that is support system, like hardware. Like
Hardware,
servers and shit like that.
marketing goes into it a lot, you know.
Not necessarily all in-game.
Yeah, and just
stuff.
development of the tech itself to play the game.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Man, I gotta remember to order Uncharted 4. I'm gonna forget. And that's one of those games where, like, if you don't, I'm not really huge into pre-ordering, but that's one of those games where it's so huge that if you don't, it's not going to be available for like a few weeks.
Yeah.
And I'm going to want to like play it.
There's a kid that was going to Broome when I was teaching there, and he got the Uncharted pack with the skin on the PS4 and.
This is for the fourth game, yeah.
And 3, he got the anthology and I'm sure beta access. So it was tempting.
I know it was tempting.
But I already got mine.
You put money down on 4?
I put money down on 4, yeah.
Okay. I couldn't remember if you did that for 4 or if you just bought the collection.
I got the collection outright.
Yeah.
And then I put, I think 10.
Was that full price? Like $50, $60? The
Yeah.
collection?
Yeah.
I mean, you're getting 3 games that are remastered.
Yeah, we had talked about it. I mean, it's like 3 games remastered, and I could tell the difference having just traded in.
Yeah.
So, and like I said, my son hadn't played 3, so there was no other way to do it.
Yeah.
So.
And did you see that the developers of Arkham Origins are making a new DC game?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I tagged you in that.
Yeah.
No word on what it is, but I'm excited because
It's just untitled DC game.
Yeah, just untitled DC game from the WB Montreal.
And they have a different feel with their DC.
Yeah,
product.
I'm kind of more excited to see what they do over than what Rocksteady does next now.
Yeah, I think that's definitely my sentiment.
I want to see who's going to be the writer of the story.
Yeah.
I want it to be Dini again.
That's the thing. Arkham City had Dini. It was great. Origins didn't have Dini. It was great. And I thought because of that, they don't need Dini for Arkham Knight. It'll be fine.
I think Dini was on at least the development.
He was like a story consultant.
Yeah.
He didn't write any of it. Right. And it definitely felt it in that one.
Yeah.
It worked for City, but Origins, but
Well, I would argue Origins is like a different kind of Arkham game.
Yeah.
Because you can tell it feels different, it plays different.
They also didn't have to pad out because taking place in the past, you only have to do so much peddling for people to keep up with you.
Yeah.
You've got your world already pretty much set out. Mm-hmm. Whereas Arkham Knight, they had to pad out a story that nobody had created yet.
Right.
And instead of creating something genuine, they just kind of kit bashed different stories from Batman lore. But they didn't put them together well enough. Because Nolan did the same thing. I mean, especially for The Dark Knight and The Dark Knight Rises, they're pretty much other Batman stories, seminal Batman stories that are just smashed together, but they meld together in just the right way.
Yeah. They're Batman stories, but they're more nods to the different books. They're not actual storylines from the comics mashed together into one long story, unlike a specific movie that's coming out
Sure has
soon.
that feel to it.
Hey guys, it's Epic Film Guy Nick from the Real Rundown Podcast, and if you'd like to hear the latest in news, in reviews, especially for comic book cinema, big blockbusters, we do a lot of indie stuff too. We do the old, we do the present, we do the future, and I have a lot of rants. I get pretty angry about stuff, especially if it involves Ewoks. And both myself and Epic Film Guy Justin, we just love to talk about movies. And we'd love to talk to you about movies. We'd love to have you guest on the show or listen. So you can check us out over at epicfilmguys.podbean.com. Thank you very much for giving us a chance, and we'll see you at the movies.
Yeah.
Okay. On to the next topic.
Oh gosh.
I don't even know what you're talking about, but okay.
And I'm keeping it that way.
So did you? Yeah. So switching topics, especially now that we're talking about Batman again. Did you, Ra, happen to see the season finale or mid-season finale of Gotham?
Yes, I did.
You did watch it?
Yeah. Yeah, it was a week ago. So.
Oh, so you were able to catch it up.
It was released.
Last
Oh,
night?
so I'm only one behind?
Yeah.
Then, okay.
Well, no, you're 2 episodes behind.
2 episodes? Okay.
Yeah.
I'll get caught up.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it, but I'm sure I have an opinion on it. So
I'm about 4 episodes back. So.
Yeah.
But I heard that the mid-season break kind of ended on a cliffhanger, quote unquote.
We had just actually talked about that on Signals from the Batcave last night.
Oh, did you?
Right, Knock?
Yeah. There you go. I heard that you guys kind
Fucking
of went,
Man of Steel.
went round and round on that. Regardless of look and execution, I am curious to see what they do with Mr. Freeze, because he's a weird character to be in this timeline, but not weird enough where he doesn't make sense per se. But I'm just curious to see how they use him. Along with it, they're going to introduce Clayface. Like, I'm just so at a loss of words for how are they going to do that.
Well, I don't know. I mean, if there's one thing this series has shown, it presents something, relies on like rumors and stuff to garner buzz negatively or positively, whatever your position happens to be.
Yeah, any
and then
PR
gives
is
you
good
something else
PR.
altogether.
Any PR is
So
good
it's
PR.
like, that's what it is.
Oh, I think that's one of the reasons this show continues to gather as many viewers as it does is because of all the polarization. You know, there's all these people that either hate it or love it, and it just causes all walks of life to go, well, shit, I gotta check this out because I'm getting 2 wildly different opinions from everybody, and it just drives people to watch it.
Right.
Whether they like it or not, or whether it's good or not.
Right.
You know, like I said, any PR is good PR.
Right.
Especially in the case of a show like that. It just gives it longevity.
Mm-hmm.
Regardless of quality, it gives it
know.
longevity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It brings up conversations about it, which generates more conversations
Right.
with other people. It's a pyramid scheme.
Yeah, that's good. That's a good way to put it.
it's literally why Trump is popular. No, really, really, it generates just enough positive buzz so that there are just enough people out there saying good things about it where people go, oh, maybe it's not so bad, but then relies on the negative hype train coming out to like keep it in the forefront, arguing with the positive.
Yeah.
And yeah,
Did you?
Gotham is the Trump of comic book shows.
Well,
Okay, no,
let's not go that far.
Okay, yeah.
Because then I'll have to jump in and
That's
be very
extremism right
serious.
there.
So, yeah, I mean, as far as I'm concerned, positively or negatively, these types of things, these types of shows should persist. And I would hate for anything that we say cause anybody to have any premature or preconceived ideas about a show,
You know-
and thus decide not to support it.
Not to
Because
watch
I think
it.
they should
Not
just
to
do that.
experience it
no.
for themselves.
Exactly.
I want the producers to be listening to us, just so I know that the producers are listening to us.
Would that be
I don't
great?
care if they take our opinion. I'm just saying, it'd be nice to know.
But yeah, I do agree. No matter what, check a show out for yourself.
Yeah.
Never like, yes, I will sit here and say horrible things about Gotham all the live long day. I'm not a fan of it. Rah-Rah is, just like he has some negative stuff to say about S.H.I.E.L.D. and I'll defend it.
But no
Check it out for
way.
yourself. Form your own opinion.
Right.
And please comment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah. So now that we got the nicety out. Yeah, fuck Gotham. No, sorry.
Speaking of polarization, did any of you pick up? I know you're probably not going to, Rob, but did you guys pick up Age of Ultron at all on
No.
DVD, Blu-ray?
Yes, I picked up the day it came out.
Wait.
Have you watched any of the deleted
Yes, I
scenes?
have.
Oh, no, the DVD had a insanely small number of actual special features. It was only $15. It was only
Still, they're stripping the DVDs of special features. Where they putting them only on the Blu-rays now?
I think I have
they've been doing that for a while.
Really?
for this.
Or they'll do the deluxe DVD, that the 2-disc deluxe.
Yeah.
Okay, no,
yeah.
I got some Blu-ray DVD bullshit to get
Yeah,
off my
please.
chest here.
Please do.
I was at Best Buy yesterday.
Uh-huh.
No, Monday. Sorry, I was at Best Buy Monday, and I was gonna pick up Flash Season 1 on DVD. I fucking love Flash. I'm literally wearing a Flash hat right now. Okay.
It's true.
Love the show.
I didn't know that came out on DVD already.
Oh, yeah. It actually... I was going to buy it right before I went to Baltimore Comic Con because it had just come out then. But I passed it up because I got S.H.I.E.L.D. just in case I decided to get Ming-Na Wen's signature.
Oh, yeah.
Anyways. So, yeah. I'm like, you know what? I remember it wasn't that bad a price. I go and look at it. $44 for season 1 on DVD.
On DVD?
You know how much the Blu-ray was?
What is it, like 30, 20?
$24 for the Blu-ray.
Shit. Wow.
Now, for those listening, my only Blu-ray player is my PS3, which sits at Tropical Donuts apartment, and I have like next to no time to watch that anyways.
Right, so you
9 times out of 10 if I'm watching something, it's on my laptop that doesn't have a Blu-ray drive. So
you pick up the DVDs, naturally.
So why is the fucking DVD $20 more
That's insane.
than the Blu-ray?
That's insane.
I'm pissed.
Yeah. That's crazy, and it's almost never like that.
Yeah.
You almost always see the DVD cheaper, not only because it's just not the newer format.
Yeah.
But it's
What the
not
fuck?
considered the high def format either. So there's really no reason for that to be more expensive than the blue, other than just to drive people to buy the newer format.
Because it's not like it was a combo pack or anything.
Yeah.
If it's a combo pack, I could understand.
Could be driven by like production cost, because now Blu-ray is so prevalent.
Right,
Does
they
it
don't-
cost more for the company to set aside factory space
to do DVDs
to do
instead.
DVDs?
I wonder.
But that's the thing.
They can't be that
Arrow-
expensive to do DVDs,
Right.
but I don't know when
Arrow,
you're doing
Shield,
a
all the
season
others.
pack,
I couldn't find any other show
that was like that.
that was like that. Everything else, it was the Blu-ray was either as much or more than the
Yeah.
DVD.
Right, that's weird.
I've had issues, not that degree of extreme, but I have had issues with Best Buy in particular doing price gouging like that.
Yeah.
It just doesn't make sense for them to do. Like, I wanted to buy Grand Theft Auto 5 on PlayStation 4, and I didn't want to spend $35 because that's what it was everywhere else new.
Mm-hmm.
And I went to Best Buy, $59 new.
Wow.
And it's like everywhere else, it's almost half that price except
Right.
for Best Buy.
Right.
It's like, really? Really?
That's really weird.
I don't understand. Are people just not buying from Best Buy, so they're making up that by charging more? I don't
Maybe
know.
they have like that you're buying from Best Buy kind of exclusive.
Kind of exclusive thing where
Yeah.
we're the premier
Yeah.
kind of electronics store.
Right.
That just it blew me away.
Which is kind of dumb, I think.
And along the same lines with like DVDs and stuff. I guess just because they're a chain, but it's bullshit.
Yeah.
I don't want to spend $35, and I sure as hell don't want to spend fucking $60.
Yeah.
So now I don't have it. So now I'm just pissed.
There you go.
Yeah.
So, thanks, Best Buy.
Bastards.
Yeah. Not to mention that anytime I ask for help from somebody there, which is rare, not only because I don't shop there very often, but I don't usually... Like, when I go there, I'm pretty set on what I need and what I want. But every now and then I have questions. And never have they ever been able to help me out efficiently.
Huh.
It's just like they just hire Joe Schmo off the street and who doesn't give a shit about what they're doing in their job. They're just there for a paycheck.
Right.
And, they're not going to know shit about laptops.
Right. But aren't they Geek Squad? Isn't that their
Their Geek Squad, I will say, is better than Apple's, like, Genius Bar, whatever that is.
It's a very low bar.
Yeah, their Genius Bar is a racket.
Yeah.
I'll say Geek Squad, while expensive, they at least try to get people who are pretty tech savvy on that.
Yeah.
It's just it's a pricey service.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's where my complaint comes in. I can't remember the actual price, but I remember a while ago we went to. My mom wanted to hook up some crazy stuff, and she looked into Geek Squad, and I was like, "Wow, that is pricey."
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
For something that you could probably figure out on your own if you looked it up online, but there's
Right.
a lot of wherewithal within that. You gotta have patience for that.
Yeah, you have to know what you're looking for,
Yeah,
kind of thing. So.
and I guess that's probably what their price is hey, it's convenient for you to just pay this price, and we'll come do it for you.
Yeah. It's like kind of like going to the doctor for like gallbladder surgery. Like you can probably learn about it online.
You probably could do that, yeah, right. But you can pay for the convenience of having sterile equipment,
An expert,
a steady hand.
Yeah.
Possibly
That's
no.
what the tequila's for.
Yeah, I was gonna say possibly no booze.
And steady hands.
Always keep some booze on you.
That's right.
Always.
If your doctor doesn't have a steady stream of booze in them, I would question where you're going. That's what I'm gonna say.
Hi, everybody.
Yeah, Dr.
Nick. I wiped my.
I would go to Dr. Nick.
I wiped it off on my napkin. Sterile.
Sterile. Oh, Dr. Nick. And the Simpsons are awesome.
Oh yeah, still. I mean, like, so good.
What are they at? 26?
7, I believe.
7?
I believe we're on season 26 or 27.
Yeah.
All right, Kenny, we're going to record some Now That I'm Older promos.
No,
Dude, just tell everybody that Now That I'm Older is on every Thursday.
I'm not going to do that.
Dude, god damn it. Okay, Now That I'm Older is on every Thursday on the Rogue Incel Podcast Network.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is. Every Thursday.
No, it's not. It's on Tuesdays.
God damn it. Just listen to Now That I'm Older on Thursday.
On Tuesday.
I guess they had another idea to do another Simpsons movie, but they ended up scrapping it, and not necessarily scrapping it. I guess they repurposed it into a Treehouse of Horror episode.
Huh.
I haven't seen it, but it's one where the Simpsons end up
27.
going to a different planet. They are at season 27?
Yep. Episode 8 of season 20. Yeah. Episode 8 of season 27 just aired.
I say they go to 30, end it at 30.
Yep.
Make it an even number. It's already somewhat run its course. That's not to say that it's still not one of the best animated shows on television, because I'm sure it is, but it hasn't been every episode knocked out of the park since like season 12.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I'll say on a whole, it has more good episodes than Family Guy.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Or any of its real competitors right now. Like Bob's Burgers is a
I really love Bob's Burgers. That's one of the new generation type of thing.
But even they have a lot of miss episodes in my book.
Yeah. Well, it's the writers they have. The Simpsons writers have been these pros since the '90s, and they're clever, they're smart, and they're just inventive. Even their bad episodes will have something that's still somewhat kind of like, oh wow, all right, I didn't see where this was going.
But
whereas Family Guy, you can pretty much track the episode.
After 27 seasons, though,
how do you keep it fresh?
How do you keep it fresh? But they have it down by now.
Yeah.
They have the formula down. Okay, this is what we need.
They know who these characters are.
They know who these characters are. They know how to manipulate these characters.
Yeah.
And they know how to manipulate the viewer, because they'll throw a twist in there that the viewer won't see coming after this long.
That's still pretty amazing that they can pull that out.
And every now and then, those little quips, like in the last Treehouse of Horror, where Sideshow Bob Strip said, after 28 years of trying to kill this 10-year-old boy.
And they
do it outside Treehouse of Horror, too. Like, they do it in quote-unquote canon episodes.
Right.
Where they'll make comments about, how old are you? 8? Still?
Yeah, things like that.
And I do love the fact that they've taken characters that really could have just been one-offs, or even reoccurring but not mattering characters. Comic book guy is the one that mostly jumps to mind, and actually make you give a shit about him.
Yeah, Professor Frink is another one of my favorites. Who, he's not in. He's when you look back at the whole series, he's not in it a whole lot.
No,
but when he is, it's so good.
There have been characters that died off in episodes, but came back, like Comic Book Guy, like the psychiatrist, like I think the Professor
Frink, something like that. Yeah.
Professor Fink was another one. There have been characters that have died off, and then they do a walk-on role, and then pick up from there.
And I like that every now and then they're not afraid to progress the characters a little bit. Like comic book guy, for instance, they actually gave him a wife and somebody that he can actually bounce off of. It's not all the time because it's still a cartoon. They got to keep the status quo at least somewhat.
Yeah.
But at least they're not afraid.
But she's around. She's not. It wasn't. Oh, she shows up, gets married to him, and we never see her again.
Right. Whereas like Family Guy, they don't progress at all ever. They're always the same thing. Always. There's no real dynamic change in those
They're
characters.
very hard about about keeping that status quo, so every episode's the same.
Yeah, and it ends up being blurred. You end up not caring. So that's what happens, unfortunately. But that's why I kind of like American Dad more than Family Guy. Is not that it's still Seth MacFarlane humor. So if you're not a fan of Seth MacFarlane, it's definitely going to drain on you. But at least with American Dad, they try to do something a little bit different and have fun with it.
And they have Patrick Stewart.
They do have Patrick Stewart, who first, some of the stuff they get him to say, I am bewildered by. That they hand Pat Stu the script, and they're like, hey, can you read these lines? And he just doesn't go, what the fuck? He's full bore about it.
Yeah, he's a
loves
gamer,
it.
man.
Yeah, he loves it. He says some of the craziest stuff. But he's constantly one of the best characters on that show. Constantly. As is the alien, Rod Miller. So.
Of the three, I think Cleveland was my favorite.
Yeah, unfortunately, Cleveland. I started when Cleveland show first came out. It was a little slow for me. I didn't really care for it. But then I started watching the reruns on
Netflix
because it was there and it was late at night, so I'd just pop it on. And I really came to love that show just as it got canceled.
Yep.
It was like, great.
For me, it was after it got canceled. I actually pay attention and
yeah. And I was like, wow, they're actually trying to. And I feel like the writers kind of felt like they were going to get canceled, so they were just like, let's just fucking go crazy with it. And it got really good because of that.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, they just ran out of time for it. Oh well, nature of the beast, I guess.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I guess this was a rambling episode.
This was a rambling episode, yeah.
Rambling, man.
yeah, junk drawer type.
The junk
They
drawer.
had a good 20 minutes with just
The
video
gaming.
games.
Yeah.
Which we haven't done in a little while, I think.
Yeah. So
It
was nice.
pull out of comics and TV for once.
Yeah.
At some point, I'll go on a whole thing about Fire Emblem Awakening that I
There you go.
am playing. And about eugenics in it.
Oh, that's right. I forgot they do the whole eugenics thing.
Should we plug
Is it the Fire Emblem that does time travel?
Yes!
Yeah, that was really cool because you don't see a lot of fantasy time travel stuff.
But we'll save that for another time.
Yes.
Or did we already do it, but we haven't recorded it yet? Travel.
Should we plug next week's episode?
Yeah, speaking of awakenings, Star Wars The Force Awakens, finally, after what seems like an eternity, is coming out very, very soon. And next week, we should have a full-fledged Star Wars episode for you.
Yeah.
So tune in for that. Hopefully you've enjoyed your time here with us.
I like that one.
I'm Sam. Have a good night. Rock.
And knock. Thanks for listening to the Geek Yogurt Podcast.
May the Force be with you, always.